Hey guys, it's Madison, and today is Friday, February 24th. It's been a little while since I filmed anything. I think the last thing I filmed was the very beginning of February 3rd-ish, and yeah, I've done not much since then, which is why I haven't really filmed anything. I've just been relaxing, binge watching a bunch of shows, and just kind of enjoying the last little bit of my vacation before I had to go back to work, but alas, that time has finally come. This whole week has been kind of the rev up activity week for this upcoming semester. We had student placement exams, we had faculty orientation, we had a student welcome party, we had convocation this morning, and then next Monday officially we start classes back again for the spring semester. So my vacation is basically over. But yeah, I thought I would take this chance to film a short little, I guess, back to school kind of vlog. I don't have any huge goals for today, really. Like I said, I already had convocation this morning, and I think this afternoon I'm just going to head over to the library really quickly because I have not read my one Korean book for this month, so I want to pick out a short-ish book that I can hopefully finish by the end of the month, which is what, the next 4 days, so not a ton of time to do that, but I'm gonna try. And then I also need to run to the store real quick for a few groceries, and also might stop while I'm there and see if I can find a few more cold weather clothes. I only have a couple of professional-ish cold weather clothes. I feel like I'm constantly cycling through the same like 5 winter outfits, and so I'm hoping to grab a few things while I'm there. Since today I'm already wearing work pants, I figured it'd be a good chance to get a few more winter tops. So yeah, let's go ahead and head to the library.
Come on, 1, 2.
All right, so it is now Saturday. Yesterday, after running those errands in the afternoon, which took longer than expected because of course they did, that's how life goes. But after that, I basically did nothing productive at all the rest of the day. I just kind of chilled inside and did nothing. So today, I'm hoping to kind of get back in the groove of doing a few things. First of all, as far as yesterday goes, I ended up getting a book. This one, it's called 그냥 그렇다고, which, what would that even be in English? Like, it's just like that? I don't know, there's not a good translation, but that's the way it is, I guess. That's just the way it is. It's kind of a translation of that. And it's kind of cheating as far as my book per month goal, because the inside, it's like, I don't know, how do you describe this? It's like, kind of like an adult cartoon. Like, it's just little excerpts describing parts of life. I don't know, the illustrations looked cute, and since it was not very much text per page, I figured I could finish it in the next few days by the time February ends. So is it cheating? Maybe, but I mean, I set the rules for this goal anyway, and so I'm gonna say this counts for this month since anyways, I did read a bit of my linguistics book earlier in the month anyway, so I have done some other reading besides this, and it is still a book. So there we go. I'm allowing it to count as the book for February. But anyway, my goals for this weekend. Number one, the most important goal is to go ahead and get my class, like online classroom set up for Monday, which is when classes officially start. So definitely need to get that all in order. And then beyond that, just the personal goals. Number one, start reading this book. And then also I need to edit a video that I filmed like a month ago that I have not published yet. I need to go ahead and finish editing that and put it up, and hopefully have it scheduled for tomorrow. So those are my goals for the weekend: class stuff, reading stuff, maybe other language learning stuff, but definitely class stuff, reading, and editing. just finished the first day of this spring semester. I got a grand total of about 4.5 to 5 hours of sleep last night, so I'm feeling a bit tired. Since it was the first day of school, it was kind of an unusual day of classes, a very, very abbreviated day. Typically, I teach from 9 to 11:45, and then again from 1 to 2 in the afternoon. But because it was the first day, the students went to an orientation at first, and we only taught 2 short half-an-hour classes from 10 to 11, and we didn't have any afternoon classes. So it was just 1 little hour of teaching for my 2 classes. Despite that, my throat must be really used to vacationing because my throat is very sore from talking during that hour to my students. But yeah, I got up early this morning to get ready and look nice for the first day of school. I chose this as one of my new shirts that I got on, what was it, Friday that I went shopping. I really like these shirts that are like, it looks like you have a shirt underneath a sweater, but it's actually all just one shirt. Love it. And yeah, I got to work a whole hour early, which I was very proud of myself for. Typically I'm not early to anything, so I was very proud that I managed to get to work a full hour early. I was planning on filming a little bit of my morning office stuff that I was doing there, but my coworker arrived like 10 seconds after I got there, so but yeah, I managed to get some stuff done in the morning, taught my classes, killed my throat, and then unlike last semester where as soon as classes would end, I would book it home and do all of my extra school stuff from the comfort of home, whether it be grading or planning or making like PowerPoints, that kind of stuff, I would do it all from home. This semester, I've decided that I'm going to try and do all of that at school. So I'm not gonna leave my office until all of my lessons are prepped and ready for the next day, or even further in the future if I want to. I set that goal when I was wondering how long it would last before I gave in and went home before I was prepped. And it turns out that number is actually 0 because today I stayed at school until a little past 1 o'clock. I did manage to get like 90% of tomorrow's stuff prepped, but at that point I had been at school for 4 hours. I didn't bring lunch because I didn't think it would take that long, honestly. And I was getting tired, my throat was sore like I said, and so I decided that, you know what, 90% is good enough. I'm gonna go home, get something to eat, and then finish up the last 10% of stuff that needs to get done. So already failing from the first day, but that's okay. Tomorrow I'm gonna start over fresh and actually try to meet the goal of getting all my school stuff done before I leave the school. Part of the reason stuff was taking so long today is because it is the first day of a new semester, so there's lots of like new stuff that has to get set up and everything just takes longer than it normally does. Like for example, I had to find the student rosters, put them into the attendance sheets, like all these little things that only happen at the beginning of a semester just ate up so much time today. And so, like I said, by the time 1 o'clock came around, I was ready for a break. My throat is so dry. But yeah, I came home about an hour-ish ago. I'm about to eat an early dinner. Then the plan is to go ahead, finish prepping for tomorrow, and what else? Is there anything else I need to do? I guess do my little chapter of Korean reading, and then we'll just see how I'm feeling. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now to save my throat and try to regain my speaking voice for the longer classes tomorrow, the first full day of class. So yeah, let's go make some food.
따스하게 불어오는 너란 바람에 흩날리는 마음 사랑인가 봐. 이젠 말해요. 그대 곁에 있을 사람 내가 되어줄게요. My love. 사랑이란 마음만으로 부족할 수도 있지만 떠나가면 안 돼, 떠나가면 안 돼.
Good morning, good morning. Got to the office about half an hour early. For now, I'm the only one here. Really regretted not wearing gloves this morning because it was so cold. My hands are still hurting from readjusting to not being frozen. I stopped by a little 24-hour fruit market on the way to school today that my coworker told me about a few days ago, and I love it. Got two things, some strawberries and some grapes, and I brought them to the office because I struggle living alone with eating as much fruit as they usually sell altogether. Like, this is the typical size of a fruit serving, so I struggle sometimes to eat it as a person living alone, so I brought it to the office to share. Today is the first real day of classes. Technically yesterday is the first day, but like I said yesterday, we didn't really do much yesterday. Today is the first full day of teaching. This is my first time speaking since I recorded yesterday, and thankfully my throat seems to have improved. It was crazy yesterday. After just like an hour of speaking, my vocal cords were just destroyed. I think it's partially because I didn't bring a mask to work yesterday, and so I was walking outside in the cold, like dry air, and then I like projected my voice too loudly, I think, during like my teaching times because I was excited and, you know, trying to get the students excited for the first day of class. And yeah, it was painful. By the end of the second class, I was starting to totally like lose my ability to speak, and I was panicking a little bit, but thankfully I made it through without any problems. And then I just drank a ton of hot liquids last night trying to restore it because I panicked a little bit when I got home and it was still feeling terrible. I was like, oh no, I can't lose my voice after just the first day of class. So I'm relieved it's mostly feeling better today. I'm gonna try and project my voice less today. We have a mic in the class, I'm probably gonna use that, but yeah, like I said, I have about 20 minutes left, so I'm gonna go ahead and prepare for the second day of class.
손을 놓지는 못해 울어버리면 현실이 될까봐 참아보지만 같은 공간 속 서로 혼자인 채로 결국 눈을 마주보지 않는 우리 남이 됐겠지. 차라리 미련과 익숙함 사이 그 어딘가 쓸쓸함이 정적도 견뎌야만 하겠지. 이별도 사랑의 책임이니까.
Happy Wednesday, happy beginning of March, and happy Independence Movement Day from Korea. It's only the first week of classes, and we've only actually had one full day of classes so far. We already have a holiday off of school, which is a bit weird. I don't think I've ever had a holiday this early in the semester, like the second full day before, but here we are with a day off, and honestly, I kind of needed it. First of all, because of my voice, which was struggling, and second of all, just I don't know, the first week of school is kind of stressful, and so it's nice to have kind of a breath of fresh air where I can kind of catch my breath, number one, and catch up with all the things I wanted to get done that hadn't gotten done yet. So even though it's a bit odd and early for a holiday, I'm definitely making the most of it. And speaking of my voice, thankfully yesterday using my classroom podium microphone worked quite well. I did not lose my voice, although still by the end of the day, after, you know, being at work and speaking here and there for 5-ish hours, I definitely was feeling a bit, not hoarse, but there was tension in the vocal cords, if you know what I mean. So definitely, I'm glad that I have a day of rest for my vocal cords today. So far, I'm really enjoying my day off. I got up a little bit later than I have been the past few days. I got up at 7 today rather than 5 or 6. And then I totally just lazed around this morning and did nothing productive, which was beautiful. Between last week's like prepping for class and all the orientations and sessions and meetings, and this week of like you know, everything starting and the whirlwind of new students and memorizing names and faces and all that stuff, it was nice to have a day to just kind of chill for a while. And then in the early afternoon, I did some much needed housework. And here I am now in the late afternoon, finally about to start being productive for the day. So yeah, for the rest of the afternoon and evening, I'm going to alternate between school planning stuff and language learning stuff. Yesterday, I once again failed to get all of my planning stuff for the next day done before I left. My night owl self is still not adjusted to trying to get up early, so I was feeling like a zombie after work, and I was just sitting there staring at my computer screen doing nothing. So I was like, forget this, I'm just wasting my time. I'll go home, I have a holiday tomorrow. I'll do work tomorrow. And so again, I failed at my goal of only doing work stuff at work and not bringing stuff home, but starting tomorrow, I will shoot for that goal again, hopefully be more successful than I have been these first 2 days. So yeah, I'm gonna work on some planning stuff and then alternate that with some language learning. Since today's a day off, I'm hoping to get some stuff done for all 3 languages. Yeah, that's the goal. And also, I did finish this book yesterday, so I did finish it in February. It was actually even easier and faster to read than I anticipated. I read it over, there's like 4 sections of the book, and I read it over 4 days, and each section took like 15 minutes to read. So like an hour total for the whole book. And I think today, before I return it, maybe tomorrow or Friday, I'm gonna go through the whole book again. Again, it only took like an hour to read, so it'll be easy to go through again. And the first time I read it, I didn't really stop to look up any words, or maybe just 1 or 2. I knew almost all the words in here, so it wasn't exactly stretching my abilities, but since there were occasionally words that I didn't really recognize, I want to go back and actually look them up, maybe add them to like a Quizlet set, so that I can at least gain from the little bits of the book that I didn't recognize the first time around. So yeah, those are my goals for today. I'm thinking it shouldn't take more than an hour or 2 to get all those things done. And then I'm hoping to crawl into bed early tonight and catch up on one of the dramas that I'm watching these days. So sounds like a good day. Let's go ahead and jump in. So it is now Friday, the end of the first week of classes, and I figured this is also a good place to end this video. Finally today, I left all my work at work. I have all of Monday's stuff and next week's plans all ready and set. I didn't have to bring any of my work home, so I'm super happy with that. I can just relax and enjoy my weekend without having to worry about any work stuff, which is great. My goal was to do that the entire semester, but of course, things never quite go as planned, especially at the beginning of the semester where everything is chaos. You got a bunch of new students coming in, new to the university, trying to get all their stuff set up, like their university emails are all whack this week. Last semester we didn't have any issues with students being able to get their emails and join our classes immediately, but this whole week I still have students who can't join the online classroom because their emails whack. So it's just been a crazy week of chaos, but thankfully most of the kinks seem to be all ironed out now. I know a lot of the students' names, still working on a few that are not sticking in the memory very well, but I feel like the students are settling in, I'm settling in, I'm caught up on prep, things are going good. Yeah, that being said, I am going to really try to relax and enjoy the weekend. Of course, hopefully I'll throw some active language learning in there as well because, of course. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to tonight finally being able to sit down and catch up on the drama that I'm watching these days. It's been almost a week since the new episodes came out and I still haven't had the chance to watch them. So super pumped about tonight, just sitting back, kicking my legs up and enjoying that. And yeah, that's the beginning of my spring 2023 semester. Hope you guys are also thriving in whatever you have going on in your life as well. And yeah, that's all I have to say for today, and until next time. 안녕.